It's Tommy too. We're back on the Honda. So last time I stripped all the wiring loom stuff off, obviously except this stuff. I know you're gonna say it. There's no way you're at. And the clutch was dead. So the new one rocked up. So we're gonna get the flywheel back on this, new clutch on it, new spigot bearing for this, and sorry, new spigot bearing there, new clutch release bearing over here, and hopefully get the box back on. And then all we have to do is label the other loom over here, take that off, swap it onto this motor, swap the dizzies over because the plugs are different, so they may be from a different OBD. Not sure, but we're swapping them over to make sure. And then this is ready, apart from taking this manifold off because the end of it is dead, to go on here and we can put it back. So clean flywheel bolts. You know the torque setting is a drop a Loctite on all the bolts because that's how it needs to be. So we're going to stick one bolt through, line it up. Be careful, you don't want to cross thread these. It'll make it tighter, I know, but we're not about that. So we're going to put all those in and then I'll torque them up. So we're going to check them all twice. I've already done all of them. But pays to check them. Sick. Still check that one. And that's it. So the flywheel is torque to spec and Loctite it on. Now I put a 19mm on a breaker bar on the other end and just held the crank so the crank can't spin because I'm obviously on my own. By all means get a friend, it would be easier. However, here we are. So I'll prep the clutch. We've got our friction disc or clutch, pressure plate, clutch alignment tool, shout out to Clutch Blue for the kit, spigot bearing and some grease. So put your clutch aligning tool through your clutch disc, and obviously the thick side goes into the friction plate, and the flat side's going to go straight onto the flywheel. We're going to have a spigot bearing. I'm going to grease both sides of that, put that on the end with this grease because we need that to move freely. And I also really want it to slide in quite nicely. So again, I know the torque spec is 25 Newton meters. However, we're just going to get it working. Well, working. I'm going to get it on for now. I'll torque it a bit. So both sides of that, I've got some grease on them. Now, clutch bolts are here. Now, so this has some dowels to line up. I might have to put the spigot bearing in first because it's not happy. May go in from the backside. Ugh. Alright, so now we're back. I put the spigot bushing in this time, bearing. My bad. Didn't realise it only went in from the back. So, Now we're going to put the pressure plate on. So we're back to square one with this bad boy, which is you put the tool in, we've got the alignment tool ready to go. It's got some grease in here because it's the way to do it. And let's line that up. Only go probably one way on the dowels, I would guess. So that's all lined up. Closer. Just gotta find which one actually lines up. Alright, that appears to be it. Let's get one in. Started. Alright, there's one, there's two, so you do these in a cross pattern, so do them up evenly and then you're going to torque them, so same thing. I've got the crank locked. Got it to the right torque setting. Do them in a cross pattern. There's not a lot of torque on these. They're all 25 Newton meters. So just make sure you do them in a cross pattern and check them twice. Because that way it should be great. So friction disc is sandwiched between the flywheel and the pressure plate. And by the looks of it, we are ready to take the alignment tool out and get the box on. So I'll go find the bolts and prep the box and we'll get it back together. Some of the bolts are in the box, which is really good because that's going to save us time. Now this spigot bearing, just pull that off. Junk, don't need that. Nothing worse than doing this and not changing that bearing, and that bearing being very noisy. So grab the front of this, grab a rag. Now I'm going to wipe that off because we're going to grease that so it all slides how it's supposed to. Same with the inners here, so you see the inners, it's all been greased. So we're going to re-grease that. And we're going to re-grease the inside, so it all slides down that spigot, not spigot, sorry, shaft. Nice and easy, and we should have a nice bit of clutch happening after that. Sponsored by Degreaser this time, because we've degreased just about everything on the planet at this point. So got the shaft clean, stick a bit of grease on that, because this is one of the most vital parts of this part sliding. Need some grease on this ball, or pivot point, whatever you want to call it, I guess. Gonna stick some grease in this pivot point. I need to grease both of those. Alright, so you slide this back through, this boot can come off. Slide this back through. That'll clip on. Yep, so that's all gonna work. New bearing. I'm gonna grease all this. Because again, the easier this slides, the better life's gonna be. And we want a good life once I put this back together. The whole lot slides down onto the shaft, clipped in. That's all going to work tasty. I'm going to slide the boot back in, which is not too bad. Not bad, good size, as they say. If you're a scaffolder, you make sure the little ball on the end of the slave is on it. Alright, that's perfect.